Hey, I'm Arthur Hardy here on the parade route wanting to share some history with you. You know, as long as anybody can remember, Mardi Gras parades traveled St. Charles Avenue and Canal Street, but did you know just about a half a block away is where the whole thing got started? At this building at 127 Royal in 1857, a meeting was held that actually gave birth to Mardi Gras as we know it. Men met here and formed the Mystic Krewe of Comus, the very first carnival organization. They gave us the word crew. First secret society had a wonderful parade, a ball. Everything that we have in Mardi Gras today started right here in this building. I think it should be a national monument. When I couldn't make that happen, with the owner's permission, we erected this plaque about 20 years ago. It's kind of beat up, and so is the building, but really a very important page in American history was written right here. The building was constructed in 1837, and by 1847 it had become the Gem Coffee House and then a saloon. And of course it was at that meeting above the Gem that these 19 men got together and started the Mystic Krewe of Comus. Now the first parades were not in the French Quarter, they were in the American sector, the other side of Canal Street. But later on, as parades grew, they were throughout the city, and almost every one of the parades went through the French Quarter until the parades and the floats got so big it was no longer safe for them to be in the French Quarter. 1973 they were banned, and now we pretty much have one standardized route, and everybody wants to parade on St. Charles Avenue and on Canal Street. Now Mardi Gras existed before the birth of Comus, and actually it consisted of just people walking around in masks having a good time. But by the 1850s it got violent, and the press called for an end to the celebration. Had it not been for the men who founded Comus in the building at 127 Royal, it surely would have died, and we would have none of the celebration we have today. Now, parades in the 19th century looked nothing like what we see today. You had a very literate public, and the themes dealt with literature and mythology. In fact, most of the crews in the early days, and many today, still are named after characters from mythology. Today, there's a lot of emphasis on throws that you catch from the floats, but really there's still some tremendous artistry and creativity in float design. There's no theme for Mardi Gras, but each parade has its own theme, and the older and larger crews, the ones with the big budgets, have some outstanding artistry on display. And it's really a shame people don't take their time to look at the parade and not just worry about what they're going to catch. A lot's changed since that single parade in 1857, but one thing that hasn't is the tremendous crowds and enthusiasm of people that come to see Mardi Gras, whether they're from out of town or locals. As you can see this scene from the 1907 Rex Parade, a lot of people, even back then, came to see Mardi Gras. So from that building we visited on Royal Street where the whole thing started in 1857 to Mardi Gras 2020, there's not a part of New Orleans life that's not somehow touched by Mardi Gras. You could spend your whole life studying it. In fact, I think I have, and I still enjoy it very much. Let me know what you'd like to see in future segments. Be sure to subscribe and share. And most of all, happy Mardi Gras.